and I'm honoured to be a tiny little flea on the back of that elephant. The other thing I would like to say, and again, standing here looking at you reminds me of when I started here about nearly 4 years ago, actually, and we had a schools debate of some kind, not as structured and not as good as this, but still a schools debate. And what I took away from that, when I saw the intelligence, the powers of analysis, the eloquence, the articulacy of everyone involved, I've had that massively reinforced today and over the past few weeks. I have such faith and such confidence in your ability, your ability looking ahead and what that means for India as the centre of gravity shifts towards this part of the world. So thank you so much for participating, and all power to you in the years ahead. Wherever India's future lies, with the US or with the region, or probably with all of those, then I have such confidence that it's going to be a fantastic future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rod. We're about to get on to making the announcements, but there's a couple of other small things. I would now like the teachers from the 8 schools that have been in the final to stand up. These are the unsung heroes. I mean, behind every great pupil, there is a much greater teacher. Take your bow. I mean, I really mean this. I've enjoyed meeting you all. You've been level-headed, inspiring, funny, bitter, absolutely whinging about judges' decisions, as every loyal teacher should do, and that is the right way, and behind your students every bit of the way. And I'd really like to thank you, because teachers are actually the people who change the world and often aren't recognised for doing so. But thank you so much for your contribution here. I have all your names, but because I'm so intimidated by so many moms, I'm not even daring to go there, because obviously you all speak English far more eloquently than I do. So I'm going to kind of move on. We're now going to ask the individual team, led by Shirley Dent, to come up onto the stage and to announce the winners of the individual prizes. Now, we've on a very tight time schedule. There will be whooping. There will be whooping and all that, but I have to kind of move everything on quite quick, yeah? So I want us to enjoy the celebrations, but excuse me for making it fast and furious. Yeah. Okay. They can present. This team has worked so hard. They're now going to tell you. Shirley, do you want to lead us through how you're going to do it? And sprint through, please.
Hello. As everybody said, it has been a real privilege to be here. We mean that from the bottom of our hearts. It's been fantastic. It's also meant it's been agony for the judges, okay? It has been, we always say this, but this is genuinely so, more so than I've ever seen it. It's been genuinely really tough, okay? And we've all gone through agonies about those people we've left out. You've all been fantastic. I'm just going to tell you how it's going to go, not to keep you in suspense anymore. We're going to do the honourable mentions first. And because it was so hard, we've been generous and given each judge 2 honourable mentions. We then move on to the places, 3, 2, 1 in reverse order. So that's commended, highly commended, and actually the winner, the best individual of the first ever Debating Matters India competition. So I'm not going to go on too much. I'm going to start by making just one comment. We just want to say, the judges have asked me to say, we really want to thank the guests who came today and really got stuck into debates, made some fantastic contributions. There was a great contribution about the recession in the last debate. We really, really appreciated your comments, okay? So do come back to Debating Matters. What we're going to do now is I'm going to start with Curtie's best individual, because we only made the decision today to have 2 individuals. Curtie, who couldn't be with us, has only got 1. I'm going to read out who that is now, okay? Please bear with my pronunciation, okay? And everybody should be listening at the front, okay? Right. Curtie's best individual is Vinesh from Chotsky. Chotsky? Okay. There's a nice certificate for you. Let me just tell you why Curtie chose you. She thought you had a terrific opening argument in the debate she saw you in yesterday. She said you were engaged throughout and you came back with clear, concise answers. And a lot of the other judges backed up her assessment of that. So could we give Vinesh a big hand, please? I'm going to do mine because I've got the mic and I'm going to pass it down the line.
Can I just explain? When you get your honourable mention, stand up and take a bow. That's the way we'll do it. Yeah.
So, very quickly, Vinesh, stand up and take a bow. Ray. Right. I've got 2 honourable mentions. The first one goes, and almost I'd like to give this whole school an honourable mention, but there's one individual who really stood out for me. I think they've been great competitors, this particular school. They were gracious winners yesterday, very generous winners. This person made an impression on me because of, I think he's somebody who didn't start out in this competition seeing himself as a debater, but has a really cool, calm, thoughtful way of putting very precise questions. And I saw this all the way through from the preparation seminars onwards, all the way through. And one of my honourable mentions goes to Ritvik from St Xavier's. My second honourable mention goes to somebody who just had me on it was a terrific debate for both schools, but the GM debate in this theatre yesterday was fantastic. The arguments had me on the edge of my seat, and my next honourable mention goes to Dhruv from Chosley. Stuart.
Okay, my first honourable mention goes to someone all the judges have noticed throughout the competition, but particularly I noticed in the very last debate, having tried to fight their way in all day, when they finally did make a contribution, made an excellent contribution, and actually made about 5 or 6 really good points during the debate. So this one goes to Jana. Now, I slightly cheated with my second honourable mention. I'm allowed to fit 2 people into this because it's an honourable mention for a panel. The people I'm mentioning lost their debate, but they contributed to one of the highest quality debates that we've seen at this competition so far. And this goes to Deveshri and Siddharth from St Mark's.
Thank you. My first honourable mention goes to somebody, I mean, almost as a kind of representative of the team as well, because the team were strong throughout and always had something to say, always had an awkward question to ask. But I particularly liked his performance on the other panel in the semi-final. That's Aniruddha from Don Bosco. And my second honourable mention is somebody who caught my eye in the regional final and has been strong throughout, has probably spoken in every single room that he's been in. He's been a well-informed panellist and above all has been the master of what might be called the bleeding awkward question, and that's Shivrinand of Chodsky.
Well, for me, my first honorable mention goes to Danya from Sri Shankara's school. I found Danya to be very articulate and confident in whatever she put forward, and she was very good at tackling questions. She could turn it around her way, any which way it went. So I think she was fabulous. And one thing that she's worked on right from the beginning is the feedback she's been getting from judges. So she's worked on that well, and that's why she gets this. My second honorable mention